Hello, welcome to How to Draw Celtic Patterns. I'm your host, Jason Belchamber. We're using a hard pencil, our 4H Stettler pencil, and we're drawing the grid, or the guidelines, before we use the ink for this Pictish Tree of Life design. So, what I want you to do is just, this pattern here, just continue it at an angle here. So this meets up here and here. So nice. Great. Okay. Now, take your straight edge, aka ruler, and note that you want to make the center of the tree here. I'm going to use on this side. We want to make it a pleasing distance from here. So I'm just going to score a line from the bottom of this one down to there. So the bottom of this spiral down to the bottom. Okay? Good. Now, I'm going to do the same on this side, but just try to make the thickness of this, which is basically the trunk of the tree, equal on each side. Now before you take it away, keep your straight edge down and draw another line that goes around your grid. Okay? Same with this side. Keep it congruent. Okay, great. Now, use your straight edge to draw a frame around it where it's equal on both sides. Great, and then draw it equal on both sides. Now, note this and draw what would be a square on both sides. And then you've got your frame. There's a simple key pattern that goes up on this side and this side, whereas this side is plain, I've noticed on this artifact. Okay, take your pencil and just mark a circle here and here, and another circle that size right there, and another one same size as here, right here, just to take up the space. A lot of Celtic artists, Saxon and Pictish as well, would put dots if there's a lot of negative space, just to make it look, because when you make negative space, it really swallows up the bright parts and it just tends to look unbalanced. So a lot of the times, you note this in the Book of Kells all over the place when you look at the interlace. There are little dots if the interlace is starting to fill up and it's at an angle of too much. Alright, now, at the top, there's like 3 branches. A center one that's vertical, and then 2 ones that are on angles. Now, the angles of these ones are at this angle, right? So take your straight edge here. And once you get to here, mark a line, okay? You're going to have a little diamond right here. So you'll note that that is the angle you want this to be at. Great, okay. Now, roughly about this size of circle, we're going to draw the 3 clubs that are at the top of it. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. Okay? And then on this side there's 1, 2, 3. This side as well. 1, 2, 3. The limbs that go out here are a little bit smaller than the trunk itself. So just draw as a guide your lines here, and they're going to be the same thickness on each one. And then this limb, or branch, goes out here. Great. Next, with your pencil, we're just going to lightly mark boxes here and here. Something that looks like it would be a small square. Remember, keep it fun, because this is, if you want to sit and measure it as a square, you can. It's just going to take a lot of time. And this is how they constructed that simple key pattern that goes vertically at the sides of the tree of life here. I've read that from George Bain, who wrote a book called Celtic Art, The Methods of Construction, that only the Picts, which were the Celts in Scotland, and the Irish have artifacts which have a tree of life design. Often a lot of other tree of life designs, if you go into Eastern artifacts of the world, tend to be a flower of life, like a lotus. And this is historically speaking, of course. But the tree is a sacred symbol because it, like a flower, roots in the ground and it roots in the sky. So, symbolically, it connects heaven and earth. Great. One of the things about drawing this freehand as well is that if you practice and make it look even, it'll be very pleasing to the eye, whereas if you do it with a computer, sometimes it can end up looking very, very static. Alright, get ready and get your 0.5 black pigment liner, because we're going to draw over our guide.